Hi Year 9, Year 10, Year 11. This is just a quick Grade 9 video on Macbeth. The quote is "Let not light see my black and deep desires." So we're in Act 1, Scene 3. He has met the witches. One of my other videos I explained how a lot of students blame Lady Macbeth, which is fine, but don't forget that before she sets foot in the play, then we see Macbeth's darker thoughts here. So, let not light see my black and deep desires. We are going to analyse black, deep and desire. Now the obvious symbolic meaning of black is that is associated with death. However, in Old English and in Middle English, the colour black was associated with authority. Now the authority that Macbeth desires here is that of royalty. Therefore the authority he wants, is something that is a part of the great chain of being. But remember, it's this idea that he wants to upset the great chain of being by overleaping, and that's one of his quotes, his position. Black also has a link to something evil, something more wicked. So again, think about his language. This is before Lady Macbeth has attempted to persuade him. Deep is going to give us a lot, as you can see from my analysis here. So when he talks about a deep desire, first of all, something deep is beyond the surface. It is something hidden and something secret. So we want to link that to the subconscious of Macbeth. We are going into his most private thoughts. So he desires to be the king. It is something that he longs for, this power, this position. Again, don't forget, this is after the prophecies, before he meets Lady Macbeth. So he has already thought about it before she appears. Therefore, we can argue that the witches and Lady Macbeth tap into the subconscious of Macbeth, and they reveal his flaw of being overly ambitious and his flaw of being ignorant. And by exposing this flaw, it's almost like they unleash the hidden character of Macbeth. Deep also means something intense and something dark. So again, we can link that back to something wicked, something black, this evil idea of committing regicide. And then deep desire is something that you are fully absorbed in. So again, before he's met Lady Macbeth, we can argue that his subconscious is obsessed and absorbed in the prophecies of the witches, and therefore it's going to be very difficult for him to ignore what they have said. The other meaning of deep is something that can be difficult to understand. Now, naturally, as an audience member at the time, we would potentially find it difficult to understand why someone would want to upset the natural order, upset the great chain of being, the divine right of kings that God has set into place. Why do that when there's going to be a punishment? And what you want to do is you want to start linking that to the political climate at the time the play was written, where there'd been unrest in terms of Elizabeth I and Mary Queen of Scots, and then eventually the gunpowder plot that has tried to remove James I. And then if you want to go more basic, look, desire means a strong want. When you couple that with a black desire and a deep desire, then we know that the deep subconscious and the thoughts of Macbeth, and underneath this brave, valiant soldier, we have something slightly more insidious. And please remember, this is before Lady Macbeth begins her soliloquy in Act 1, Scene 5. Please check out my playlist for more Grade 9 stuff, and remember, analyse your language in great depth. Massive good luck in your exam.